Woo! It gets me every time. Hi, Bubbleheads. Welcome to the Megan Gailey Bubble Machine. I am Megan Gailey. Episode 7. Wow. Oh, the bubbles are off camera. They're looking beautiful today. It's very, very, very early. I woke up at 6:30. Just, it's Wednesday morning. And Tuesday night was... So maybe I couldn't sleep. My stomach kind of hurts. I ate a lot last night, but we're powering through. There is good news in the sports world. Also bad news too, but we'll get to that. Okay, the NBA Finals are happening. Lakers Heat, like I said all along, starting Wednesday evening. I am so excited. CJ is in head to toe Lakers gear. Hat, jersey, shorts. I think he's wearing Kobe's. Really, he brought in a bunch of jerseys from the garage. I'm gonna get to wear the J.R. Smith jersey. I'm very excited about that. I'm thrilled for this matchup. It's kind of how I felt about the Super Bowl last year. I love the Lakers, and I also kind of like the Heat. I love Jimmy Butler. I'm attracted to Eric Spoelstra. I also think he's a very good coach. I don't mean to minimize his talents. It's a win-win. I hope LeBron wins. And the Lakers, of course. LeBron and the Lakers. You're not just supposed to say the one person on the team. Great news yesterday. Dion Waiters, who we've covered on the show before because we love his son, Little Dion. Dion Waiters was on the Heat to start the season. Then he had a bit of an edibles stumble. You can Google that on your own. I'm not in the business of dragging people for edibles misuse because I wouldn't be sitting here if I was. He had a bit of a stumble, and then he found himself on the Lakers. He is going to get a ring no matter who wins. That's great. I'm sure he wants the Lakers to win because that's the team he's on. I don't know if he would actually end up really wanting the ring if the Heat win, but I don't know. Pop an edible and maybe he will. Oh, okay. So I'm recording this Wednesday morning, as you know. So I don't really know what happened in game 1. So let's go to future Megan to find out her thoughts about game 1. This bitch better not be too high. Hello. Wow. I'm talking quiet because I'm embarrassed that I'm in my room doing this. The Lakers won by a lot. Like, JR got in at the end of this. Someone's texting me. JR played. So that is great. Tough injuries. On the Heat side, I hope everyone's able to get healthy quickly. And yeah, they won big. It was kind of boring. I started Googling if Captain Sandy is a Republican. So stay tuned for game 2. Thank you, future Megan, for that interesting analysis. Oh boy. So the NBA Finals are not the only news happening in the NBA. Of course, there have been some other major stories. Doc Rivers was fired. Actually, I don't really even know if they ever came out and said he was fired. It was kind of like how Dorinda was like, I'm leaving. And Doc was like, I'm parting ways. And you're like, oh, okay, you got fired. I totally understand not wanting to say that. I love Doc Rivers. Huge Doc Rivers fan here. I love the raspy voice. I love the energy. I just think he's an incredible coach, person, leader, all of those things. The media, oh my gosh. You know how you're always like, I wish I could see what people would say about me at my funeral. Maybe you're not like that, but I think that. Doc Rivers is really getting to find out how beloved he is. The media is reacting like we're never going to see Doc again. We're going to see Doc. He's going to be on TV. He's going to be doing analysis, or he's going to be coaching a team of his choosing. Doc is going to be fine. Doc has a house in Malibu, okay? He's okay. Free agency rumors are already starting. There's also rumors about people that aren't free agents. Victor Oladipo apparently wants out of Indianapolis. We can't force him to stay. You can't hold someone hostage in a city. I mean, Vic, I left Indianapolis, you know? people keep saying he's going to be on the Lakers. I'd be a hypocrite if I was like, how dare he want to move to LA as I sit here, the Queen of Hollywood. So I understand him wanting to leave, and I just hope my parents get to have one last wave from their driveways. That's all I hope. But I wish him to be happy. I want everyone to be happy. People should get to live where they want to live and play where they want to play. I just know that means that the Pacers will not be contenders. It makes me laugh because I want to cry. But I want to cry about other things. Does that make sense? Oh my God, I just remembered him saying he brought back Big Ten football. Like we care. Delonte West. If you have not seen this story, well, you probably haven't. That's why you watch the show, for me to tell you stories like this. Delonte West is a former NBA player who has been struggling with addiction for the last few years. I think there was a very sad video that emerged a bit ago. We've known that he's been struggling and has been unhoused and has been on the streets and going through a difficult patch for sure. This week, Mark Cuban, owner of the Mavs, was successful in tracking Delonte down, getting him to go to a hotel, and then Delonte's mother met them there, and he has successfully been checked into rehab. So there was a video of it. Who knows? I know all the conspiracy. How did they get a video? I think maybe they saw Mark Cuban and they just started filming. But it's a really sad story that it seems like maybe there's a glimmer of hope right now. So good luck to Delonte. Good luck to Delonte's family. A giant thank you to Mark Cuban. And I guess there are good, rich white men out there. They're all on Shark Tank. The NFL. Hey Jack, it's a fact. Oh, that song gets me pumped up. I've been asked by someone to not yell in the microphone anymore. I love my fans. Hey Jack, it's a fact. What? Oh, what do we think about this bathing suit? This is like peak mom on vacation. Just had my third kid and I need to be in a one piece. No kids, just debate stress eating. Focus up. NFL, week 3. Oh boy. The Falcons. Yikes. My pep talk did not work. If anything, I think it opposite worked. I'm really sorry, Falcons. Ugh. They blew another lead. I'm sure there's graphics up here. Mitch Trubisky did get benched within the course of that game. And Nick Foles is in. Big blank Nick. Listen, I don't make the news. I just report it. Okay, if you don't know about big blank Nick, look it up. It rhymes with Nick. He is now in. Gosh, I always want to think he's on the Eagles. He is on the Falcons. He loves birds. He's not on the Falcons. No, he's on the Bears. What am I talking about? Oh no, someone's lawnmower just started. Nick Foles. Just refer to him as his Christian name, Megan. Nick Foles, Bears starter, has been named. Mitch, benched. Okay, they play the Colts this weekend. I think the Bears defense is good. I think the Colts defense is very good. I think they both have quarterbacks that we'll see. But I hope the Colts are victorious, and I know Bears fans are very happy that Mitch is no longer the starting quarterback. I love you, Mitch. I'm really sorry. I do think Nick Foles will probably get hurt and he will be playing again. Is there a plane landing in my yard? Whew. And if you're feeling like 2020 is chaotic, where do we look for some amount of normalcy? I would tell you the NFC East. That feels like a really good place to just keep checking in on. Okay, because it's a disaster, but at least it's a consistent disaster, you know? Last year, did they deserve to send a team to the playoffs? I don't think so, but they get to every year, no matter what. Here are the standings. The Washington football team is tied for first with the Cowboys. They're both 1-2. That is, the leaders of the division are 1-2. The Eagles, 2-1. There was a tie. I'm obsessed with this guy who ate poop off the ground in Philadelphia. Obsessed. I'm sick in the head. Giants 0-3. Not one team even at 500. So, yeah, if you're feeling bad about yourself, just know that you're doing better than the NFC East. Oh my gosh, COVID. All right, the hits, the Titans-Steelers Sunday game has been postponed. There have been 4 Titans players that have tested positive for COVID and 5 staff members, a total of 9. They played the Vikings this past Sunday. The Vikings are also shut down, but they have had no positive cases. So the facility is shut down. They cannot practice. They're saying the game may be played on Monday. It's only Monday. Listen, the Titans are 3-0 and at the top of the AFC South, which is the division the Colts play in. So it's like, I don't want anyone to have COVID. I don't want anyone to get hurt. But if they can't practice and then they have to play their game immediately, you're not going to hear any complaints out of me. Okay. I don't think they're going to win, and that's just fine with me. Is there any correlation between Nashville and COVID? I guess if you play football in the bachelorette capital of the world, you're probably What do you want from me, bird? Wear a mask, and good luck to the Titans on overcoming COVID, not at winning football. Does that make sense? Okay. Someone is toasting an everything bagel, like next door, maybe? It smells really good. Baseball. The MLB Playoffs started? Yes, they have started. There are 16 teams in it. This is me trying to remember all my facts about baseball. I'm in and then I'm out. I am going to try and name all 16 teams just to prove to you that I actually don't know much about baseball. Okay, so let's start with the ones I know. Cubs, White Sox, Dodgers, Indians, Yankees, Athletics, Padres, Brewers, Astros. You would think I would know. They're my nemesis. I don't even. Twins? Now I think I'm just naming teams. Did the Red Sox get in? Okay, so I got maybe 10. Maybe. But there are more. And to all of them, I say, good luck. I also have down here that Mookie Betts is so fun and nice. And I'm sure you guys know that #1 jersey in MLB sales. He's got a smile that doesn't even light up a room. It lights up an empty stadium. I really hope the Dodgers win. I really want the Dodgers to win. They deserve it. They got the most by the Astros, and so they deserve to win the most. That's me fighting in the future with Cubs fans. The WNBA! Yes! Ladies, they have also reached the portion of their season that we will call the bubble finals. Congratulations, so safe. They've just had activism at the forefront, the motherhood. They've been a joy to watch. The finals matchup is the Seattle Storm and the Las Vegas Aces. Congrats to Las Vegas. A mere 5 years ago, no teams. Now you have football, hockey, a WNBA team. You guys have drag racing, I'm sure. You have a Top Golf. You're basically the sports capital of the world now. Congrats. I don't know if you deserve it, but it seems kind of fueled by perhaps mafia-backed casinos. But nonetheless, here we are. That's not to take anything away from the Aces. So that's a little roundup of what the ladies have been doing in their own bubble. It's been very successful. They have been trolling one of their own owners who is a senator. Bitch, I hate her. Oh yes, I am a feminist, and part of that means I can say, oh, I hate that bitch. Tennis, just a brief update. It's not a great one. The French Open is being played now instead of in June when it usually is, and Serena Williams did have to withdraw because of an Achilles injury. We love you, Serena, and we wish you a speedy recovery. Is that it? Yeah, that probably should be. I seem a little... Is that a machete? Someone has a machete. Ow. There's a certain way a machete rips through foliage, and I can hear one. All right, anyways. Now we have reached sports questions from my friends that don't like sports. I really seem to not know what to do with my hands today. This one comes from Jenna, and her question is, why aren't the Clippers in the finals? That's a very valid question. I think a lot of Clippers fans are actually asking that question as well. The Clippers are not in the finals because despite having an incredibly talented team and great coach who has now been fired, they blew a 3-1 lead over the Denver Nuggets in the second round to be eliminated. So, where do they go from here? Well, they've already fired Doc Rivers. There's talks about Paul George leaving, maybe being sent back to Indianapolis as punishment. But they are not in the finals. The Lakers are in the finals, and I am sorry to Clippers fans, Clippers players. You guys had cute kids there. You did. You gave it your best shot. And I'm sure you will have a successful season next year. So thank you, Jenna. That is why the Clippers are not in the finals, but I still hope you watch. I think it's going to be a really great finals between the Lakers and the Heat. All right, guys. I think we're through. Any questions? I hope everybody stays safe. Wear a mask. Let Delonte West getting the help he needs guide us all this week to get the help we need or to help our loved ones get the help they need. Yes, I think that was a very important story for these times. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're registered to vote and take care of yourself in your heart and your mind and your stomach. What the am I talking about? I host a Food Network show now. Take care of yourself and your stomach. Okay. Oh, ugh. Thanks, Bubbleheads. I hope you have a great week. Let me know any questions, comments. DM me if you need anything. I'm feeling better. I can help now. Reach out. Talk to loved ones. Be good to yourself.